Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to graph equations written in standard form. Okay, so once again, standard form is when you have equations that are written as so, where you have ax plus by equals c, and a and b are just coefficients that aren't equal to 0, and c is a constant. Okay, so we're going to look at an example of an equation written in standard form, and we're going to see, we're going to remind ourselves how we can rewrite this into slope-intercept form. So the example is 3x plus 2y equals 8. So again, when we want to write this in slope-intercept form, we have to isolate our y. So when we do that, we are going to subtract 3x from both sides, and then we're left with 2y equals negative 3x plus 8. Okay, and we want the coefficient in front of y to be 1. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to divide both sides by 2. And then we would get y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4. And this is written in slope-intercept form. Okay, so if you remember, this is what slope-intercept form is. M stands for slope, and B stands for the y-intercept. So in this equation right here, the slope is negative 3 over 2, and our y-intercept is 4. Okay, so now let's talk about how we would graph equations written in how we would graph equations written in standard form. So first I want you to look at the x-axis. So any point that's on the x-axis, okay, so say for example if I have this point, what are the coordinates of that point? The coordinates of this point, okay, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it would be 7, 0. Okay, what about this point right here? What would this be? Okay, that would be 1, 0. All right, now what would this be? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's also 7. So this would be negative 7, 0. Okay, so now what do all our points that lie on the x-axis have in common? Okay, so as you can see, the y value of our ordered pair are all 0. Okay, so now let's talk about the points on the y-axis. This point right here. This is 0, 1. Okay, and then if I had this point right here, this is 1, 2, 3, 0, negative 3. Okay, what would this point be right here? Okay, it would be 0, negative 6. So what do our points on the y-axis have in common? Okay, so the points on the y-axis have x-intercepts that are 0. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind for when we graph equations written in standard form. Okay, so when we have an equation in standard form, we don't have to always change it into slope-intercept form. What we can do is we can find two solutions to our equation and then just plot those solutions and draw a line through those two dots. Okay, so again, whenever we have an x-intercept, our y value is going to be 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to set y equal to 0 and solve for x. Okay, so here I have 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 12, and I know that that equals 3x equals 12. So here I know that x is going to be 4. So when y is 0, x is 4. So here I know that 4, 0 is a solution to my equation. So that's one of my solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and if I want to find the y-intercept, okay, remember the y-intercept, the x-coordinate for the y-intercept is going to be 0. So I want to set x equal to 0 and solve for y. So that's going to be 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 12, which is 4y equals 12. And then y is going to equal 3. So my solution is going to be 0, 3. And I'm going to plot that. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then now I'm just going to draw a line through that. Okay, and then I'm also going to draw a line that goes in the other direction. Okay. And that's how I would graph an equation written in standard form without changing it into slope-intercept form.